Welcome back, guys. This is episode 17 of my Robinhood portfolio, and today the portfolio has spiked it up $95 with the after hours for a total of 81 cents. Right now, the markets have been looking really good. There's been a lot of good things going on, particularly for my portfolio. My portfolio has been doing just absolutely great right now. I'm up $654 this past month. I'm looking very good right now. Everything is going up. My portfolio has really been just completely solid, and I just want to talk about it all, guys. We're going to get into what the market has been doing, my thoughts on the market. We're going to talk about what kind of strategies have I been doing for this last week, and we're going to jump into it all. But right now, what I want to talk about is the NASDAQ. All these earnings reports are still coming out, and for my portfolio at least, there hasn't been that many changes, but there has been one company that's been really just been the catalyst of pushing this portfolio forward and getting this portfolio up to maximum levels, and that company is Apple. Apple right now is on an absolute tear, guys. It is just spiking up. They had a fantastic earnings report this last quarter, and they have just been firing on all cylinders. And I said it in the last video, if I had a choice between, two stocks, if I had a choice to buy Amazon or maybe 10 or 5 shares of Apple, which would I choose? What would I go with? Would I choose Apple or would I choose Amazon? And I said that I would pick Apple. You guys, Apple is just a fantastic company. I think today they hit $1 trillion, and they are really just firing on all cylinders. Everybody's starting to. I think I've said all along that Apple was a $200 stock. I said it, and I think in the past videos I've been saying that I think that this stock is going to go to $200. And I think did I say 2,000? I think I said 200, but $200 stock, Apple. I said that it's very possible. I looked at the numbers. It was quite undervalued. I was looking at the PE ratio. I was looking at everything that they do. The iPhone sales. I know that that's a big play in what people look at during these earnings reports with Apple, but they do a lot of other stuff. I think for this last earnings report, they had a good iPhones. They had iPhones, good iPhone sales. They had very solid iPad sales. I think their iTunes revenue may have been up. I got to look at the reports again and see what was up. But everything was just really exceeded expectations, and the stock jumped up. But let's talk about my portfolio, guys. We're just gonna get right into it. Like I said, not a lot of changes. The catalyst for this portfolio spiking up for like the past month or so has been Apple. I had sold off Amazon, and I bought a ton of Apple shares. The only change that I really did was I did sell off Walgreens. It got to around, I think, $69. It was about to hit $70. I sold Walgreens and I jumped back into Walmart. This shouldn't surprise anyone because like I said, I am very bullish on Walmart. I just like the stock. Just holding a couple of shares of Walmart in my portfolio. I know that they performed very well during the last recession, and it's I feel like it's fairly cheap right now. The PE ratio is a little bit high for a stock like this, but they're everywhere. I like how they're everywhere and they're all in your face. And during recession times and during down times, this is where people go to in order to save money. And Walmart should be a big catalyst for a strong long-term hold. I'm right now. I'm down on them. Like I said, I might pick up some more shares if Walmart gets around back down to that $83 mark. I really like buying the stock when it's around that low $83, $82. But I just like them. I just like the stock. I like what they bring to the table, and I know it's not an Amazon by any means. It's not a giant online retailer or anything, but they are improving their online sales. At least they're trying to, and they're really trying to, compete and throw their hat into the table with all these other retail companies and Amazon and all this other stuff. And I just like the stock. So, like I said, Apple. Apple's the big one. Apple has reported earnings, and right now the stock is sitting on $200, $207. So, it's been spiking up. It's been going up. A lot of people have finally realized that Apple is, quite undervalued, and the sales look good, and they hit $1 trillion a day. So right now we have a total return. This is possibly the best return in my portfolio. It only happened in only a week or so that this became the best return in my portfolio. $145 return for a 7% increase. That's really, really solid. And I don't think they're done. They're not done. Apple's not done by any means. I think the PE ratio may have went up or so thanks to the stock going up, but the dividends still looks good. They are increasing the dividends, and I think Apple is my favorite FANG stock. Out of all the FANG stocks that I like, I think Apple, to me, is the best. I think that it doesn't come close. I think they're the only one in the FANGs that pay a dividend, and it's the only one that has a really reasonable PE ratio. That's really not insane like Netflix PE ratio. I think theirs was like 200 PE ratio, or Amazon. I think theirs were like 300 PE ratio. But Apple is a solid stock. I'm really up on Apple right now for a total return of $145. That is extremely solid, and I think this has become the best return in my portfolio by far. It's my biggest position by far, and I want to add more shares. This kind of stock. This is where the rich are putting their money in. They're putting their money into Apple, and I'm on this train, guys. I'm on this train. Warren Buffett's on this train. He bought up Apple when it was around $160, $170, and that causes the stock to increase a little bit. But he's sitting really good right now. Now that Apple is spiked up, and me too. Yeah, me too. I love that $145 increase. Johnson & Johnson not looking too good right now. They had a bad day, but if you look at my total return, I'm up $108, and I still get the dividends to go along with it. Solid position. It's still, to me, a solid company. This is going nowhere. This can very well be $150, in a couple of months. So, I talked about Apple, and I said, hey, Apple could be $200 here real soon, and a lot of people said, maybe not. But look at them now. They're more than $200. So yeah, very solid there. Procter & Gamble has been spiking up here. They had an earnings report. I was really concerned about their earnings report because their organic sales have not been very good for Procter & Gamble. I was looking at their earnings report, and the stock had dipped down 2%, but they have really recovered here nicely for a total return of $120, a 10% increase. That is just phenomenal, guys. Procter & Gamble is a long-term hold of mine. I love the average cost that I have. I want to try to get that average cost a little bit lower, but the stock is not currently falling down at this point in time. They pay a solid dividend. Them and Johnson & Johnson are dividend kings, or dividend aristocrats that have been paying their dividends out for forever. So they've been paying their dividends out forever, and it's really good dividends. These aren't dividends that are just lousy. You're getting like 17 cents or something like that. These are good dividends, guys. We're talking about dividends that pay up to like almost $1. Almost $1 or close to that 90-cent mark. So really good company. I like Procter & Gamble in my portfolio. They have a niche in my portfolio. Excuse me. Let's look at Microsoft here. They're starting to spike up, and I think the reason why Microsoft is spiking up because Apple is a very complex company, because when they go up, they tend to push the market up. They're basically their own index. Anytime Apple has a good day, most of these tech stocks are going to go up because they are just that big. And right now, I'm up $32 on Microsoft. They have a good role in my portfolio. I needed another tech stock since the tech sector is something that I'm extremely bullish on. It's the most bullish sector that that I like. So yeah, I really like Microsoft. Boeing had a really bad day only because tariffs are getting announced. I don't think the Trump has increased the tariffs for Chinese goods, but he's thinking about it, and that caused a lot of confusion and worries for industrial. So anytime tariffs get announced, industrials are going to do bad. They're going to have a bad day. So average cost $342 for a total return of $35. That's not bad, but particularly speaking for Boeing's case, this is a long-term hold. I think Boeing's a $400 stock. I think this is a stock that would have gotten to $400 had it not been for the announcement of tariffs. Another stock I want to talk about here is Starbucks. They had an interesting article that I read yesterday, how they're teaming up with Alibaba, and I recently loved that announcement, and I thought this stock was going to jump up thanks to that announcement because a lot of people have had concerns about their worldwide sales, the China sales. People are thinking that they're not as good as advertised, and Starbucks. Thing about Starbucks is that they're doing the right moves. They know what they got to do. They know what they know that they have. The coffee and all this sort of stuff, and they can sell the coffee at an extremely low price to earnings, and they can cause their price to earnings ratio to go down because it takes nothing to make coffee. So they teamed up with Alibaba, which is basically the China of Amazon over there, and they have a partnership. They have a partnership, and they're going to team up, and they're going to sell the coffee all over China. And I think that's a good move. I really thought that this stock was going to spike up thanks to that announcement, but instead they had a bad day. Not too bad. I'm at an excellent average cost here. So I bought it right on time. I bought it. I think I bought this at 52. I sold it off, waited for it to dip a little more and jump back in. Bought it. Let me just pull this up a little bit more. Bought it right in there. Yeah, right in there. That couldn't get. That was right on the money. That was right on the money. I don't know if I can get that again. All right, so right there. 48.54, and my average cost is 48.54. So that was just right on the money there. I think it just spiked up a little bit in the after hours, but yeah, guys, there's not a lot of changes, but Apple is just on a killer run, and we've made it to $13,000. So I need only $7,000 more to reach my target portfolio average of $20,000. I'm losing my words here. Sorry, I've been under the weather a little bit lately. I've had this cough, and I'm trying to get rid of it, but thankfully. I put some more money into my portfolio, and I'm trying to get this portfolio to $28,000. And my goal. I think I don't talk about my goals enough on this channel. I want to buy a house. I want to buy a house, and it's going to take a lot of money to do that. So I figured that why not put some money in the stock market? And I'm in my early 30s, so by the time I'm 40 years old, I can do that. I can buy a house, or when I'm 37 years old, I can buy a house. But it's all about saving money, and it's all about pushing this portfolio to new heights. And if I keep getting days like this, it's very realistic. It's very realistic, and Verizon. I think I got a dividend from them just the other day. It was a really, really great dividend of $11.80. I want to try to add to my shares. I'm up $11 on them. 20 shares. That's not bad, but I'm sitting on cash. Guys, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. This is going to be a quick video. But again, Apple, Johnson & Johnson, Visa, Procter & Gamble, Southern Company, Verizon, Microsoft, Boeing, Airlines, Walmart, and Starbucks. I think this is a 10 stock portfolio. I don't know if I want to add any more stocks to this portfolio because I like the spread out that I have right now. I like the diversification that I have right now. I'm hitting a lot of markets, and I'm doing this with just 10 stocks. With 10 stocks, I feel like I finally found the right combination of stocks that will hit all sectors and everybody at once. So we have Apple with the technology and Microsoft using the Office technology, and Johnson & Johnson with the giant healthcare, and Visa with the financials. Just everything. Everything about this portfolio I like, and everything is just pushing me to new heights. So I'm going to cut the video here, guys. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.